It's serotonin. I wanted to cover a couple of different things here. Um, but one is that I don't know, I'm feeling really heavy in the heart today, which is kind of unfortunate because a couple of days ago I was feeling really good about life, and it just feels like this roller coaster. It was like up and down and up and down. Anyway, just a couple of interesting things that have been going on for me. So, number one, uh, this past entire week, between the hours of like 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., I've been having sinus pain in the exact same spot, but often, not totally the same spot, but it's like the same spot on my face. And it's really interesting because it's moving incrementally to the point that I was actually visualizing some sort of like nanobot or something getting pushed into my nose or something. Anyway, so that's been really weird, and it turns out the Schumann resonance was going off the charts at a lot of those times, or at least a lot of those days. And I really don't know how to read the chart itself to be very exact about, you know, what time did this happen, or what time was it just to there kind of thing. So I don't really know that stuff. Um, so there's that, which is really odd because it was like clockwork for about 6 days in a row. And we'll see about tomorrow. No, that would have been day 7 today, so we'll see about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 8, if it happens. I've been going through grieving, I guess, delayed grieving, about the whole corona continuation, this whole ridiculous farce. And on the one hand, I have actually discovered a great group of people whom, 3 people of whom I red pilled the other day, with some Norm Traversy news and a Simpsons clip, that was predictive programming for Corona. So that was kind of interesting and fun and very liberating. Um, and that was actually one of the most freeing conversations I've had in a long time. But slowly over the last couple of days, people have been trying to get in touch with me, and actually reminding myself I have to get in touch with one friend of mine who I haven't called back. But a couple of other people I've been texting. And one family in particular, it's just really weighing very heavy on my heart. But actually, both families that I got information about just really hurt. It hurt me. Like, so my one friend, they have a number of kids, and they live in a building, and it's a 2 bedroom, and they haven't left their home since, I guess it's March 11th now. And I think they said they went out once after 2 weeks, uh, way back in March, and they haven't been out since. And I've been trying to get in touch and sort of saying like, hey, like let's hang out and stuff. And there's just no, there's been a huge avoidance. And then finally today I was given a response, and it was like, well, we haven't, we don't, we'd love to see you, but we don't want to go out, and then the second wave comes, and then we have to go back into quarantine and do all this all over again. So we're just going to wait it out for the second wave. And it breaks my heart to think about these people I know. And it's been like 4 months. It'll be going on 4 months this week since they've left their 2 bedroom apartment. And I'm sorry, but that is no way to live. That is no way to live. It's sick. And we've talked about mental health and stuff in various texts before, and just what we're doing like day to day. And she is concerned about her kids' mental health, but I get that everyone's making their own decisions, but I I'm horrified. Two of my sister's friends' parents died and they weren't able to see the body or go to the hospital or have a funeral. My friend's husband committed suicide in March. And I actually got in touch with her because of the whole shooting at Nova Scotia. I wanted to reach out because that was sort of not completely in her neighborhood, but something close. And I wanted to reach out and send her, my some strength, and send her my love. And she told me this, that a month ago her ex-husband killed himself. And it just, I don't know anyone who's sick with this stupid sickness, but and I have another friend who's telling me today, like, her son is 5 and only child, and they took him to the splash pad and he was too scared to be there. And apparently they hang out and talk about, you know, safety and health and racism at home. That's what they're discussing when he's a 5-year-old child and he's too scared to play with other kids at the splash pad after 4 months or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe they've gone out, maybe they haven't. I haven't really checked in with them. But I feel so much grief. I saw a woman biking with her toddler on a bike seat and behind her, and she's got a mask over her face, and it's like 35 degrees Celsius. And, with the heat index, it feels hotter than that, you know? But you can't even complain about not being able to breathe easily because it makes you look like you're mocking something that's supposed to be, sacred. Sacred except for all the looting and the violence. It is enough to lose heart, it really is. It feels it. And one of the things that struck me so much today, was, I don't know where it came from. I don't know where this song came from, but out of nowhere I was thinking about this song from Enya, How Can I Keep From Singing? And I've gotten so many strikes with copyrights because I kind of don't really give a crap. And I'll just play stuff, but I really don't want to lose this video because I just feel like I've been so kind of, I don't know, just dealing with my own real stuff and then just observing so much lately. Some days I just feel like I'm overcome with the disbelief of it all. That's kind of how I don't really know how to react right now. And in other situations, I see I've been so wrong about stuff and being taken in by some people. And so I'm just holding my tongue and waiting. And it's not that I don't want to be there the way I have been, the blogs that I've done and the vlogs or the podcasts or whatever and the videos. It's that it's really important to me to be very true and genuine. And it is confusing times. I know in my heart that I see what I see is so good, and I see us making progress, tremendous progress. And it's, in fact, I'm going to get into that. But at the same time, you know, I think it's been really confusing. And very busy. And it's been really hard to keep up. That's the other part of it. It's been moving impossibly quickly. And I wanted to put these lyrics up. I really want you guys to listen to this song. So I'm going to put it in the description box below. Because something to keep in mind. How can you tell that all of this is completely fake and totally ridiculous and a war on our hearts and minds? They've banned singing. They've banned singing in public. I mean, what is this? Footloose? It's utterly ridiculous. Big Brother John Lithgow has proclaimed that we are not allowed to sing anymore. How incredibly, deeply sick and satanic is that? And speaking of which, pardon the pun, this video is actually what I stopped doing in order to make this video. And it's titled The Hex of All Hexes. This is a spiritual warfare code. And you can watch this video or not. It's completely up to you. But what's very interesting is that Thomas, this is this guy from True Reporting, he does a pretty good job. I'm not entirely sure. He's not controlled opposition. But anyway, you know me. I'm always, you know, I got trust issues. Let's put it like that. Anyway, IET 17. I do, as you can see, right there. He is someone who I go to quite often. And I actually did read this thread. And it's very interesting. It's all about witchcraft being used against the Trump administration. What I find very interesting about this is this. Okay, so there's a concept of manifestation. If you guys have ever heard of the book The Secret, totally talks about that. Or there's also a movie version for those of you that don't like reading. And The Secret, basically, the idea is that when you try to manifest something, you know, imagine vision boards. It's a type of witchcraft. It's totally 100% this kind of thing. And so you're creating a vision board. So you're creating a picture of your future that you then refer to as much as you can in order to make this thing come true. And you name things. But the interesting thing is that the world isn't run on your opinions. Excuse me. The world, the universe, is run on natural law. What you feel about something is completely your own opinion, and it has no standing when it comes to universal law and judgment. Or, sorry, natural law and judgment, which is universal law. So what I love about this is, you know, and here that, okay, so he's talking about this book that's called, here we go, it's called Burn It All Down. Oh, okay, forget it. I'm not going to try and get that perfect. Anyway, it's called Burn It All Down, Anti-Fascist Spellbook. And it says in here, this is part of the main page, whatever, in brackets, and it harm fascists. Do what thou wilt. We are here to banish, bind, and destroy all these effed up, I don't know, get your wands ready. The death of fascism is nigh. Well, I love this. I love this. Because you know why? Because they don't get to decide what's fascist. What's fascist is. It just is. It's natural law. It's not their decision to determine what is and what isn't. It's a law of the universe. It's natural law. It's God's law. It's the law of one. Not the law of one, actually. That's the satanic thing, I think. So I'm going to erase that. but it's the law. It's the tree of life. That's what I'm trying to get at, right? So they're bringing about their own death because they're acting in a way that is fascist. They are the fascists, and we can all see that. They can't see that. They're spellbound, literally. They're cast by their own spells. Anyway, it's just I find it so interesting. So they spend all this time hexing themselves, and they have no idea because they're all doing this in order to destroy fascism. And never, what is it? Never interrupt an enemy. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Or what is it? Like, never interfere with the enemy when it's undoing themselves or whatever. Right? They're making it so easy because they are so fully ignorant of what they are and who they are and what their actions are and the definition of things. Like they want to destroy racism, but who's acting profoundly racist right now? They are. And what I find very interesting about this whole defund, oh my goodness, defund the police thing, it's actually a very interesting situation if you look at it objectively. Like, clearly, it's ridiculous. I absolutely think it's ridiculous. But what I'm trying to do in all of this is what keeps me sane. And here's my tip for you guys. It might work for you, it might not. Here's my tip for you guys. Look for the silver lining in everything that gets thrown at us, especially right now. Look for the silver lining, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of crap getting thrown at us. Okay, so what's the silver lining in defund the police? So first of all, it makes everybody look who really is pushing for that. It outs them massively. Okay, who doesn't want police? Well, criminals don't want police around. Most other people are like pretty cool with it. But the other thing too, so the job has become very dangerous, right? So all the people who are half-hearted and really are in it for the wrong reasons are probably committing crimes and will be found out, or if they're just lazy, selfish people who haven't really done anything bad, but they're just bad at their job, they'll leave. They won't come back. They won't show up. You know, you hear of entire departments walking out and stuff, right? They're not going to come back. That's a good thing. All the people who truly believe they should be defending citizens for the right reasons, well, they're getting deputized by sheriffs, whether they're police officers or not. That's what's happening. People are stepping forward and going, they're taking this oath, right? I will defend the country. Maybe that's what the digital soldiers are. Maybe that's what it is. It's all the people who've been paying attention digitally who are like, you know what, I'm ready to step forward and take, you know, a place in office or whatever if I need to. I don't know. I don't know exactly what that means. But anyway, what I'm trying to say in all of this is it's a way of separating the wheat from the chaff, from the heroes from the zeros, you know? So it does seem really ludicrous, and I grant you that it is completely ridiculous. But there you go. Anyway, I think I've come to the end of my thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys are staying happy, and you know, everything's moving super quick. Oh, the last thing I wanted to mention to you guys, I don't remember if I put this video out or not, and this is a bit of a thing as well. So I apologize ahead of time if I tend to repeat myself a little bit with information. But I did want to mention that Laura Walker has a new recording on the Oracle report. So if you want to check that out, it might help you feel a little bit prepared for some things. She mentioned in the last 2 weeks of July, things are going to get really hot in terms of tempers. And she said, excuse me, that we're going to see people get aggressive like in a way we've never seen before. And people will be getting very angry. And at first I was like really freaked out about that. I thought, oh, they're going to push this new second wave or something, or it's going to be more riots or something, right? They're going to push another violent thing. But I'm actually, since the whole Ghislaine Maxwell arrest thing, I think that's what it is. I think people are going to find out. And I think that's what we're going to be coping with in the 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of July. So I'm sure you guys have been on top of that news. So just stay prepared because, our fellow travelers who have been resting their eyes, so to speak, this time, this up till now, they're going to be awakened by this incredibly increasing bumpy ride. Like I'm shocked. I'm shocked they're still as sleepy as they are. But anyway, it's all coming down the pipes, and we are ready and prepared, and we are strong and we are gentle, and we take no crap, but we walk very gently. And there but by the grace of God go we. So how lucky we were to be ready for this. All right, everyone, have a great evening. I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk soon. Okay, bye for now.